Hey,
Hello.
hey everybody, this is David Massey, Regional Director for Movement Mortgage, and today I'm coming from Athens, Georgia, Huntsville, Alabama, to be able to bring to you two of our top producers over in the Huntsville market. Today we have Jonathan Smith and we have Dawn Miller with us today. As always, we have Sam Klausner and Deanna Reich with us as well. But just wanted to take a few moments. Both of these two people that we're highlighting today are right around the corner from making President's Club, which we're all excited about. Going to Jamaica next spring, hopefully. So we got that going for us. You know, one quick question I have for both of you guys to start out is, how long have the two of you worked together?
Yeah, so 18 years in September.
18 years.
2002.
Yeah.
We've been together, so yeah, a long time.
Are you tired of each other yet?
Some days.
Right.
Someday.
That's anyway, right? Yeah.
Well, Dawn, a couple questions for you. What drew you into the mortgage business? Why is it, how did you get into it and what do you enjoy about it?
My mom actually got me into this in 2001. She was actually a loan officer, and I had just had my youngest son and was looking to do something different, and I had the opportunity, and here I am.
Wow.
Yeah, and I love it. I mean, I didn't know for sure. It was only supposed to be a temporary thing. I actually started out as a loan assistant for my mom, and it just kind of grew from there. And I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I love helping. That satisfaction actually of helping people get into their home, especially the first time home buyers. But just knowing at the very end that they're getting into the home and we were the ones that helped them get there.
Great answer. I mean, a lot of people get into this business strictly for the money, to know that you got a heart and you want to do something, help people gain home ownership. And that's not always easy. I mean, you got to put together pieces of the puzzle to make that happen sometimes. So
exactly.
Very thrilled to hear that. Jonathan, the mortgage business has been in your family for a long time.
Yeah.
What was it at an early age that drew you into the mortgage business?
Yeah, so similar to Don, family connection. Actually, my uncle started the company we used to work for. I was in high school at the time, so of course, I was caught up in high school, right? But I could see kind of from an outside view of what he was doing, what he was trying to accomplish. Being able to start his own business, and then helping people get into homes. Father's a CPA, wanted to get into some type of finance going into college. So did get a finance degree from the University of Alabama, by the way, David, Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
But also I didn't want to be stuck behind a desk too. So I wanted to get into something that allowed me to get out and meet people, right? And, but also enjoy the number side of it and putting deals together. And so the more I talked to him, he actually convinced me to come work for him about a year after I got out of school. And then, just like Don said, I mean, just kind of never turned back. Didn't know I'd be doing mortgage lending, right, when I was in high school. But I think it's.
Wait a minute, time out. You didn't dream about this when you were in high
This is
school?
not a career that, I wanted to do, right? I mean, maybe play professional golf or something like that, right? But but mortgages wasn't it. And, and to kind of touch on Don, I mean, you really got to love helping people. And I think that's, because yes, there's a lot of money to be made in our industry, and it's can be very challenging on different days. But I think the true satisfaction is knowing that you help somebody get into their first home or their second home. So I think that brings a lot of satisfaction to it for sure.
I got one more question, then I want to turn over to Deanna. So Huntsville, one of the fastest growing markets there is in the United States, not just here in the Southeast, but in the United States. New construction everywhere, neighborhoods going up everywhere. The one thing is that we've seen so much opportunity in this market. And so, as we go into 2021, a lot of loan officers are trying now to think about, are refis going to be there like they were this year and things like that? What are you guys doing to prepare for 2021? Either one of you.
Yeah.
We'll start with you.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing right now is what we've always tried to do is, refinances are good. We know we've been in the business now 18 years. You're going to have your refi booms and you're going to come out of it. So, the goal is always to be focused on purchase business and building builder and realtor relationships. So I think right now it's a golden opportunity because your realtor partners are not getting the normal attention that they're used to getting, right? So
Right.
it's a great opportunity to kind of build and expand on these relationships. You're correct. Huntsville will be the largest city in the state of Alabama in about 4 or 5 years. You know, there's people moving in from all over the country with the FBI, automotive plants, things like that. So it's never been a better time to be in our industry and specifically where we are. So, you know, and it's allows us to get outside the office, build new relationships, but it's a next 5-10 years where we are, you know, is going to be really strong. So we're definitely excited about that.
Awesome.
I wanted to jump in with a question. You know, you guys talked about being in the industry for 18 years. And I also saw from your background, you were at your last company for over 16 years of that. So not everybody likes change. Actually, a lot of people are afraid of change. So talk to us about what it was like leaving your last company of, you know, over a decade, and how did Movement help the ease of that transition over here?
For me, I was absolutely terrified because this is the only place, you know, that company was the only place I had ever worked as, in this industry. So to start over again was scary because we knew what to expect. And we'd all worked together. Knowing that all of us were coming over as a team definitely took some of those pains away. But just to have the resources that Movement has provided us has been hands down some of the best materials and training that I could have ever asked for. I have learned a lot in the last year and a half that I've been with Movement.
Yeah, I think anytime you've been somewhere for that long a period of time, I mean, that's the previous company was the only place I'd ever worked as well. I mean, it's kind of the unknown's kind of the scary part, right? But you know, meeting with David and you know, meeting with Casey in the beginning, you know, I saw the vision of this company and kind of what they stood for, and then also obviously all the resources that Don is talking about, from the coaching to the marketing support, or just things that we never had, you know, in our previous companies. So, you know, and then also the 671 process at Movement, you know, I know that's talked about a lot, and, but it's really a thing. I mean, and it's the flow, the process, making the loans go smoothly, close quickly has been a big deal because, you know, I think as any loan officer coming from a different company to a company they've never worked for, I mean, probably the most important thing to them is, am I going to be able to close my loans, right? Am I going to be able to keep my relationships? So Movement has definitely proven itself to be able to do that for us. And I think my team sees that. And so that's kind of taken that stress off, right? But the bigger thing is just the additional resources that we never had access to has been huge, from the agent marketing playbooks to the coaching to the AMA agent marketing classes that we can go in and teach real estate offices and things like that. They're really focused on this company, on building your business. And that's why you see so many producers double and triple their production once they come to Movement Mortgage.
So it's kind of like a situation where, you know, you're happy, but then you could be happier.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean,
but you don't know till you go.
You don't know what you don't know, right? And
yeah.
And I can tell you from coming from a smaller company, you know, some of the concerns are going into a company the size of Movement, right? But it truly, and I know Donna and I have talked about this, it doesn't feel as big as it is, and it has a lot of the same. Similar to what we were used to, with being able to pick up the phone, talk to underwriting, talk to your closing department, talking to processing, all of that, right? So it's kind of it's a big company, but more of a smaller feel. So I know maybe sometimes if you, especially in our market, I mean, there's a few large companies the size of Movement, but not many, mostly smaller, right? So that was always something that, and because of that, you know, we have the resources that we do, but I can see, you know, some of the hesitation going to a larger company. But I can honestly say it's been the best move that we could have ever made. And
Absolutely agree
we're
with
just
that.
excited about, you know, what the future holds for us here in Huntsville, for sure.
Love it. I have a question for you, Don. obviously you and Jonathan have worked for a while, like worked together for a while now, and Jonathan's a market leader as well. But how, like when times are crazy and, you know, everyone feels like they're sinking, how exactly do you feel, like, how do you feel that Jonathan encourages you guys, supports you guys, and like, how have you almost hit President's Club in such a crazy year?
Oh gosh, no sleep. We don't sleep.
Give you coffee, like.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with coffee. Yeah, that's what we drink is a lot of coffee. I know that if I have any problems, if I have any questions, anything at all, I know I can always pick up my phone and talk to Jonathan. I can call him. I can go into his office. He's always got his door open. If we have anything, if we need anything at all, if we're not sure about something, or if, you know, we've got a file and we've got to get it closed, we can go in there and we can talk to him, and he's got our back. He always has our back and is always willing to help, answer questions, and do whatever he can to help us achieve our goals and to, you know, get our loans closed.
That's awesome. Love to hear it, Jonathan. And how do you feel that you've been doing with that? Like, do you feel like that's something that you enjoy doing? Is there something that you wish you did better? Like, what about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I think I can always improve, right? On being a leader, and but you know, I love helping these guys. You know, part of the responsibility of coming over and bringing my team to Movement it wasn't just me coming to Movement, right? I was bringing a group, so you know, it just wasn't what I was. You know, make sure that everything met all of my needs, but also could meet the same needs for my loan officers, and you know, specifically Dawn being my top producer, and you know, the things I know from working with her so long, the things that are important to her. So, you know, absolutely, I love leading these guys, but you know, to be honest with you, they make my job easy. I mean, these guys are professional, experienced loan officers, and they are very good at what they do. And so, you know, it's a pleasure. I mean, I love helping and teaching, and you know, and the goal is to continue to grow our market and to get a better market presence here. But it's you know, part of the reason that I got into the business was to help people, right? So the position as a market leader allows me to not only help the homeowners that I still originate, but also my loan officers and support staff as well.
Love
Thanks,
it.
Jonathan. Hey, I just wanted to say one of the main things I hear when I interview people, which, you know, Deanna and I interview people almost every single day, is lack of support. That's one of the main reasons someone leaves their company. It's not the company they work for. It's the lack of the support for the manager. So it's really encouraging. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing that about Jonathan. I feel the same way. Jonathan makes my job very easy to do because of how much of a professional not only he is, but the whole entire team. You want to have your team that's highly motivated. They're professionals. They're credible. They do their job, and you're proud of each person on the team. And that's one thing you guys have established very well in Huntsville. And I'm just excited about the growth that's going to continue to come over in the Huntsville market. So thank you for your time.
So I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna wrap this up with one last question that I always ask at the end. I love that you guys both said you never ever saw yourself in this industry in high school. So when you first got into the industry, obviously you were not prepared. That wasn't what you've been dreaming of your whole life. So now looking back after you've been in the industry for a while, what's one thing you would have told yourself on your first day of work in the mortgage industry that you wish you would have known?
Oh God.
You don't sleep, right, Dawn?
Oh, don't sleep. You do not sleep ever at all. Gosh. Just be prepared to work a lot of hours. I mean, and you cannot, I guess, hold your feelings on your sleeve. You've got to, I mean, really, you can't. Because there are going to be good days and bad days in this industry. That's the honest truth. There's just going to be good days and bad days. But at the end of the day, you have one goal, and that is to get your clients into their home and hope at the end of the day that you've done your job and done it well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just kind of be even kill, right? I mean, it's I mean, this business has a lot of ups and downs, and you know, it can be a roller coaster sometimes from everything from when volume's really good to when volume's not as good, right? And the refi booms and when it's not. So just being consistent in everything that you do and every day, right? And then just patience, and you know, and there's a lot of moving parts to get someone into a home, right? So, I mean, I think if I could go back from day one and you know, and think that way, and know, then, you know, yes, the job can be very stressful. It's always also very rewarding, but if you kind of take that mindset going into it, then it's definitely very manageable, and it's a really rewarding career for sure.
Cool. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. We really appreciate it. I know I learned a lot from both of you today, and I know that everybody else who watches this will do the same. So thanks again, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.